Ancient Mesopotamia, flourishing between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers from around 3000 BCE, was a land of firsts, home to the wheel, writing, and some of the earliest cities like Uruk, Babylon, and Nineveh. In this fertile crescent, love and marriage were not mere personal choices, but pillars of social structure, blending practicality with spiritual significance. The Mesopotamians recorded their lives on cuneiform tablets, including love letters, marriage contracts, and hymns, offering a window into a world where romance was both a communal event and a divine covenant. Deities like Inanna, goddess of love and war, and Dumuzi, the shepherd god of fertility, oversaw these unions, linking human love to the cosmos. Beauty in Mesopotamia reflected the region's values. Women were celebrated for robust figures symbolizing fertility, often adorned with lapis lazuli beads, gold pendants, and fringed robes. Men were prized for strength and skill, their prowess sung in epics like the Epic of Gilgamesh. Love here was a dual narrative arranged for stability yet infused with personal longing, as seen in the tender poetry of separated lovers. This interplay of duty and desire sets Mesopotamia apart, offering a rich tapestry of romance that influenced future cultures and resonates with us today. Courtship by contract. The art of arranged love in ancient Mesopotamia. Courtship was less about chance encounters and more about calculated alliances. Marriage was a family affair, with fathers or male relatives negotiating matches to strengthen clans, pool resources, or secure political ties. These agreements were formalized on clay tablets, etched with cuneiform script, detailing dowries gifts from the bride's family, such as silver, barley, or livestock, and bride prices paid by the groom's family, often in the form of goods or labor. A dowry might include a plot of land or a flock of sheep, while a bride price could be several shekels of silver or a promise to work the fields. These contracts were witnessed and sealed with cylindrical stamps, making them legally binding and socially respected. Despite the formality, young hearts found ways to rebel. Secret love letters, discreetly passed through servants or hidden in baskets, became a clandestine art form. A young man might inscribe, "Your gaze lights my soul like the dawn," while a woman could send a woven ribbon or a small clay figurine as a token of affection. Such acts risked disapproval, but they show that personal desire simmered beneath the surface. In some instances, a suitor could sway a family by proving his worth, offering exceptional craftsmanship, wealth, or service, turning a contractual match into a love match. This tension between obligation and passion reveals a society where love was structured yet never fully tamed. The sacred wedding. Rituals of divine union. The wedding ceremony in Mesopotamia was a spectacle of ritual and reverence, reflecting the belief that human unions mirrored the divine. The most iconic rite was the sacred marriage, a symbolic act where a king, representing humanity, wed Inanna to ensure the land's fertility and prosperity, performed in temples with blue-glazed brick walls. The ritual involved the king offering dates, bread, and wine to Inanna's statue, followed by a ceremonial feast. Though the king's role was symbolic, it influenced human weddings, where couples sought the god's blessings to sanctify their bond. A typical wedding began with a procession, the bride carried in a litter or walking beneath a canopy of palm fronds, her face veiled with fine linen. She wore a fringed robe, her hair braided with gold threads, and her hands stained with henna, symbols of beauty and readiness. The groom, dressed in a kilt and cape, awaited her at the family altar, where a priest conducted the ceremony. Incense filled the air as prayers to Inanna and Dumuzi were recited, asking for fertility and harmony. The couple exchanged vows, often recorded on a tablet, pledging loyalty and mutual support. A lavish feast followed, with guests sharing beer from communal jars, dancing to the rhythms of drums and lyres, and exchanging gifts like pottery or jewelry. These rituals transformed marriage into a sacred pact, binding love to the divine order. Love poetry of yore, echoes of the heart. The love poems of yore, preserved on cuneiform tablets from around 2000 BCE, are a treasure trove of ancient emotion. These verses, likely performed aloud with harp accompaniment, blend raw passion with cultural ideals. One poem declares, "My heart swells with you like a river in flood. Your lips are sweet as dates, your arms my refuge." Written by scribes or lovers, they celebrate physical beauty, curved hips, dark eyes, strong hands, while expressing the ache of separation. A woman might lament, "My lord marches to battle, his shield my only embrace," linking love to a man's duty, while a man might praise his beloved's skill in weaving or brewing, valuing her domestic grace. These poems weren't private musings. They were public expressions, reinforcing societal norms of fidelity and partnership. Found in royal archives, they suggest love was cherished even among the elite, though always within marriage's bounds. The poetry's rhythm and imagery, like comparing a lover's voice to a flowing stream, show a poetic tradition that influenced later cultures. They reveal a society where love was both a personal joy and a communal ideal, preserved in clay for millennia, offering a voice to the heart amid a world of contracts, divorce, and desire. Navigating love's limits. Love in Mesopotamia wasn't always permanent, and divorce provided a practical escape hatch. Though uncommon, it was legally recognized, reflecting the society's pragmatic approach. A husband could dissolve a marriage if he failed to provide and able to pay the bride price or sustain the household, while a wife could seek divorce if mistreated, abandoned, or if her husband took a second wife without agreement. The process required returning the dowry and compensating the other party, often with silver or goods, as documented on clay tablets. A notable case from Nipper records a woman who won a divorce to marry her true love, a rare triumph of personal choice over tradition. Adultery, however, was a grave offense, especially for women, punishable by fines, public shaming, or, in extreme cases, death. Men faced lesser consequences, reflecting gender disparities. Yet, love outside marriage persisted in whispers and myths. A man might serenade a forbidden lover with a flute beneath the stars, risking exile or scandal. These boundaries highlight a society that prized stability but couldn't erase human desire. The interplay of legal limits and personal longing shows that love, even in ancient times, was a force that challenged structure. Mythic romance, Ishtar and Tammuz. The myth of Ishtar and Tammuz, a cornerstone of Mesopotamian belief, shaped the cultural understanding of love. Ishtar, the fierce goddess of love and war, fell for Tammuz, the shepherd god, their union symbolizing the seasons' cycle. When Tammuz died, Ishtar descended to the underworld to reclaim him, her grief causing the earth to wither. This tale, recounted in hymns and rituals, taught that love could transcend death, a powerful lesson for human couples. Temples reenacted the descent with priests chanting laments, while women mourned Tammuz's absence, linking personal loss to cosmic renewal. The myth influenced courtship, with lovers invoking Ishtar for blessings or Tammuz for fidelity. A groom might offer a lamb at her shrine, praying for a love as enduring as her devotion. Art captured their bond, with reliefs showing Ishtar with her lion and Tammuz with his flock, symbols of strength and care. This divine romance's emotional arc, joy, loss, and hope mirrored human experiences, making it a cultural anchor for love in Mesopotamia, inspiring both devotion and artistic expression. Cultural reflections. Love's place in Mesopotamian life. Mesopotamian love was a reflection of its society's structured yet dynamic. Marriage bolstered clans, ensured inheritance, and stabilized the economy, with dowries and bride prices acting as financial anchors. Love poetry and myths, however, unveiled a personal dimension where individuals sought connection beyond duty. Women held more agency than in later patriarchal systems, managing households and occasionally initiating divorce, though always within legal bounds. This balance reflects a culture that valued order while acknowledging emotion's power. Compared to modern love, Mesopotamian romance feels both distant and familiar. Arranged marriages echo parental influence in some contemporary cultures, while secret love letters parallel digital flirtations. Sacred weddings align with today's ceremonies seeking divine or communal blessing. Yet, the strict penalties for adultery and rarity of divorce contrast with modern fluidity. Mesopotamia teaches that love has always been a negotiation between heart and society, shaped by the era's tools and beliefs, offering lessons in resilience and compromise. Modern parallels, echoes of ancient romance. Mesopotamian love offers surprising parallels to today. The strategic marriages of old resemble modern corporate alliances or arranged dates, where compatibility meets practicality. Secret love letters, once hidden in baskets, live on in discreet texts or encrypted messages. The wedding feasts, with their communal joy, mirror today's receptions, where music and shared meals bind families. Even the poetry of yore finds an echo in song lyrics or romantic posts, expressing longing across time. Yet, the challenges persist. Just as a Mesopotamian lover risked exile for infidelity, modern relationships face public scrutiny on social media. The myth of Ishtar and Tammuz reminds us that love's emotional journey, elation, loss, hope remains universal. These ancient practices suggest that while technology and norms evolve, the core of romance, connection, sacrifice, and desire endures, shaped by the cultural context of each age. From the clay-sealed contracts of Babylon to the poetic laments of your sacred unions, love and marriage rituals in ancient Mesopotamia unveils a world where love was a sacred duty and a personal dream. These rituals, poems, and myths not only shaped a civilization, but also left a legacy that echoes in our own time. Which facet of Mesopotamian love captivates you most? The sacred weddings, the hidden letters, or the divine tales? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation thriving. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more explorations of ancient romance. Until next time, keep celebrating the timeless art of love.